All right, guys. So the reason why I decided to record this is because some of you are already ahead of this and some of you are actually behind. So I need you to follow this video, follow through it. And if you have any questions during class, just let me know if I'm here, okay? Make sure to write your name on the paper. Make sure that you understand on the periodic table. Start actually coloring which part is actually metal and which parts are actually non-metals. Because what we're going to be doing today, it's talk about ionic compounds. The ionic compounds is basically all the electrons that actually being gain electrons or losing electrons on the valence electrons. We haven't touched a lot about this. I'm just showing you what is needed right now, okay? So these numbers that you see on the top, these are actually the ionic compounds. When you look in the first column in here is 1 plus, the second one is 2 plus, and all the elements that you see in here in each one of them is going to have different numbers. So this one is 3 plus, then 3 minus, 2, 1, and 0 for the last column. Now, make sure that you have this table. I believe I have it on the separate paper for you. So it's better for you to see where is 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 plus. Write it on that paper so you understand what you're going to be doing from now on, okay? In this part right here, I made this too as an example. So it says based on the periodic table, so you're going to be needing this table, what is the most common ionic charge for this element? So if you look in here, it says lithium. Lithium is Li, number 3. If you look on the top, it says 1 plus. So that's what you need to write in here, 1 plus. For calcium, if you look in here, it's number 20. That's going to be 2 plus. So that's what you're going to be writing in here. The last two, it's on you. Sulfur and fluorine. On you guys, okay? Now, the ionic compounds. Salt. The chemical formula for that is NaCl. Make sure to write it on your paper. The chemical name is sodium chloride. So when you are in the kitchen cooking or something like that, you'd say, hey, pass me the sodium chloride instead of the salt. It's the same, okay? It's just two different elements that actually they make a compound. They are together and they create the salt. In this part right here, you have two different names. One is the atom name and the other one is the ion name. In this section for the ionic compounds, you guys are going to actually memorize the one that ends with the IDE. Okay, so every time that I say to you, what is the name of the element, is completely different at the end of each word for ionic compounds. So in the periodic table, you're going to see bromine. In the ionic compound, it's going to be bromide. So be careful on what I ask at the end, okay? If you look at your paper, it says, and when a nonmetal atom gains one or more electrons to become a negative ion, its name changes. So that's what I'm trying to say, okay? In this part right here, to name an ionic compound, put the name of the metal ion first and the name of the nonmetal ion second. So the first part is the metal. Remember, just look at your paper in here. All the left side in here is actually metals, or the green section. And the ones that you see that are pink is the nonmetals, okay? So Li, if you look in your paper, it's a 1 plus, it's a metal. And F is a fluorine on the periodic table, but as an ionic compound is fluoride, like you have it in here. Fluorine, fluoride, okay? So what you're going to type is lithium fluoride, lithium bromide, okay? The Br. So all the names are actually in this periodic table. All the names of the elements, okay? All right, once you're done with this part, you are going to move on to this section. Part 2, which using each element's chemical symbol to the table to show how many ions are needed to balance the charges. Each symbol will be used more than once, and the first row is already completed for you. So here you're going to double click the image, okay? Li, you know already that is 1 plus, is a metal, and Cl is a metal minus 1. So you have 1 and 1 because one is plus and the other one is 1 minus. For the oxygen, is different because oxygen is 2 minus if you look at your periodic table. So 2 minus, you need 2 lithium in order to cancel them out. So you have 2 Li's and 1 oxygen, and then you balance the formula. For here, N is nitrogen, is 3 minus. So you need 3 lithiums, 3 Li's in order to cancel each other. Now, you're going to be doing the same thing for magnesium and aluminum. The rest is on you guys. You're going to grab it in here, you're going to copy and paste it and use it here at the bottom, okay? All right, make sure to click Save and Close. If not, all your work is going to be lost. Moving along to the next one, it says complete the chemical formula of each compound. If the number of ions is 1, just leave the number out of the formula. So you're going to double click in here, okay? You know that Li is 1 and Cl is 1. So what are you going to do? You're not going to put anything in there, right? Because it's going to be 1 and 1. And it says in the instructions that just leave it blank. Now here you have 2 lithiums. And all these answers, guys, you're going to get it from the previous exercise. So if you remember, Li has 2 because oxygen has 2 minus, right? So they're going to cancel each other. Basically, next to oxygen is going to be 0. So no, you don't need to put any number in there. Okay? I made this one for you and this too. So try to make sure that you understand how you did the previous section in order for you to do this section right here. And then save and close. After that, for example, this one that I made for you is Al2O3. You're going to write it down in here as a formula. And then you're going to write down the chemical name. So it's aluminum oxide. Remember the IDE. Now the fill in blanks, all these answers, guys, you're going to find it in here. I already printed this out for you. Once you're done with this section, you're going to complete this part. The cation or cation, it means the negative, and the anion means the positive, okay? All right, so cation is actually positive and anion is negative. My bad. So in here, magnesium is 2 plus, okay? So remember that Cl is 1 minus 1, okay? So the ion that is formed, that is left, because you need 2 and 2 to cancel each other, is Cl, which is chloride. So in here, the cation is going to be 1, and the anion is going to be 2. So how are you going to do it in the formula? Because you need 2 Cl's to cancel Mg, it's going to be MgCl2. Okay? Try to do this. Again, you're going to double click and just type the numbers in here. Use the T as in text box to complete this section. Okay? Once you're done, you're going to go here where it says use the ionic bond tutorial. It's going to take you to here. You're going to make sure to click launch and just follow the instructions, okay? All the answers that you need for this section is going to be here, guys, okay? It's going to be here. And that's it. After that, you're done with my class for today, all right? If you have any questions, please let me know. I need you to try. I need you this quarter. I do need you to try to do your work independently, guys, okay? You're high schoolers. So try your best.